get this thing going here for some round 2 action, shall we? Just make sure everything's all good and up and running here still. Should be. I don't anticipate issues. But it's the featured, or basic, 6-star Jubilee grind. How's it going, everybody? robvonshoe here. Welcome to the stream and the festivities. Still on vacation tonight. For those of you who are super astute, you'll notice that this is a continuation from where I left off last stream. But I figure since it's still round 2 of Jubilee for this point, and since I'm in the Jubilee arena, you know, what the heck, right? Let's roll with it. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope your day has been going well here so far. Hope your Monday is off to a good start. I'm sure the weekend flew by, as weekends oftentimes tend to do. I am out and about having a good time, but just because I enjoy the live streams here as much as I do and getting to chat with you guys, I figured, what the heck, let's keep the show on the road, right? So this is going to be a debuting the normal live stream time. Gonna just hang out and chat for a little bit. So, I mean, if you guys want to just have this running in the background, some background noise, or, you know, can grind the arena together and just keep punching dudes for some extra points, then, you know, that's fun too. Boink. By this point, however, I would have already gotten, or not, I suppose, the 6-star Jubilee from round 1. The plan is, as of this point in my timeline, not for you future folks when this is debuting, the plan is to post something on Twitter, just, you know, saying, hey, I got her, or hey, I wasted my life. But I don't think that's how it's going to go. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We also have Black Widow Deadly Origin, White Widow, as the featured champion this time around. Let's do this. And I'm hoping that people are more distracted by her since she has a more attentive following in the community, I think, than Jubilee does. That's a very, very delicate way of saying she's more popular. But not to me. I mean, I've got a White Widow already. She is a 6-star rank 2 champion. That was one of my recent rank ups based off of the July festivities not too long ago. I'm enjoying her. She is unawakened. I don't plan on waking her up in arena. That is a lot of work for 20 SIGs. For a champion that I don't plan on taking the rank 3 anytime soon. Not that she's a bad champion. I certainly would consider her for rank 3. It's just, with rank 4s right around the corner, and with me, like, sitting on, was it 4 rank 3 skill champions already? I'm good. I'm good. Now, I still am deciding if I want to wind up taking up Doom or Elsa to rank 4 first. When the time comes, we still got a bunch of time till that happens. We were talking about it in one of the previous streams that I do have a feeling that rank 4s are going to be even closer than we anticipated, just because of Alliance War season ending sooner last week. But that having been said, that's only going to be for a very, very, very small amount of people, and definitely not me. But we'll see. I mean, Doom obviously for prestige, and fortunately he's a prestige option that still hits like an absolute bus with great utility. So, I mean, it's a lot better this time around than, like, having to rank up Thor Ragnarok's to rank 3 for prestige back then when rank 3s were new. But you know what? Dang it. I like me some Elsa Bloodstone. Still, for a champion that's like, what, a year old? Year and a half old? Something like that? She's been around. Still is so much freaking fun to play. I love it. Let's see, so right now, I just barely got my infinite streak. I'm running through my 6 stars right now. I'm not going to throw any sort of numbers out there for cutoff just because there's no way to know. The cutoffs already are out, so I mean, if you guys are interested in cutoffs, there's a Google Doc on Reddit that is kept up to speed with the cutoffs for both the featured 6-star, the basic 6-star, and then the top couple of milestones as well. Just so you know, if you're interested in going for some of the 6-star shards for 1 to 5 or 6 to 10, or what the cutoff was for the champions here. Let's punch Omega Red here a little bit. As far as news to report this week, we have week 1 of the Hercules Arena. He's going to be starting up on Thursday. That is extremely exciting. The Crystals are coming back at the same time, too. I would very much like a Hercules. He's just so insanely, immensely fun to play. You know, and the nice thing is, too, is that he can fly solo and still be super effective, especially if he's awakened, even at low sig. But you pair him up with OG Thor as either a 4 or 5 or 6-star. I know the 5 is still a chase, and 6 stars just barely got added to the basic pool maybe like a month or two back. But you pair that up with that, and he gets perfect blocked sub 5% health on parry. And then Captain America Infinity War as well, which is also super nice because Beardo has the synergy with Thor, which boosts cosmic buffs, and then, you know, Thor and Herc both have a lot of active buffs that can be prolonged by Beardo. And then you got a Beardo on your squad, which is a big win, which leaves you 2 whole spots for anybody and everybody else. Now, I mean, you can keep throwing synergies on top of Hercules if you want to bring Odin to make Herc a worthy Norseman. I think that's a good idea, too. He's certainly worthwhile. Or if you want to do something completely different, like you want to play off of some of Beardo's other synergies, that's great. You want to bring a different Cosmic Champion, that's great too. There's options, and that's another fantastic thing about him. I'm not going to spend the whole stream talking about Hercules and how much fun Hercules is. I certainly could, but I'm not gonna. Not this time. There's just too much stuff to cover and ramble on about, and you know me. Now, I will say this. Okay, so Brian Grant, I think, is the undisputed king of tangents. I'll give him that. He's earned it. He's good at it. But you know, I'd like to think that I could be slightly competitive in that department. You know, give him a run for the money. He's like major leagues, and I'm little leagues, or at least AAA ball. For those baseball aficionados out there. Doctor Strange here is a new addition to the squad. Wound up getting him out of, I think it was one of the basic 6-stars. One of the 6-stars from a couple weeks ago. I had the option to wake him up out of the Nexus from Alliance War. But it's between an Awakening, Doctor Strange, or a brand new Red Goblin. And I mean, anybody who's watched MSD's channel for more than like a minute has seen some of the nutty stuff that Red Goblin can do in the right hands. Not saying that I have the right hands, I just know that he's capable of it. And until Doctor Strange gets his buff again, I went Red Goblin. I mean, the third option was 20 more SIGs on Corvus, which by all accounts is excellent as well, but my Corvus is already awakened, and I don't really need a cooldown timer for his Corvus abilities. Because honestly, if you already spent your 15 Corvus charges, your opponent is already KO'd already, or you're in a position where you're going up against somebody that you can't handle. So it's almost better to just, you know, allow yourself to get KO'd, revive, come back with the fresh charges, and then just, you know, lay waste. Sorry, I got a couple of random things going on in the background here. Just trying to keep on top of everything. So, quick question to you guys watching here. Quick question. If you want to throw it down in chat, just reference the question right here, because I'm sure there's going to be a couple over the course of the stream. Because I was just playing Punisher 99. Like, who is your most guilty pleasure champion? Doesn't have to be someone who's quote unquote good, like, you know, Corvus or Nick or Quake or whatever. But like, who's your guilty pleasure champion? Like, who's just fun to play? Doesn't matter if they're good or bad or how they're regarded by the community. It doesn't matter. Like, who is like your fun go-to champion right there? Punisher 2099 for me is one of those champions. I got a couple. Mordo is another one. Psycho Man is growing on me. But Punisher 99 is definitely one of them. Once they wound up nerfing Psycho Man and his ability to just like chain stun in the corner, which was still a stupid thing they removed. But like, the next best thing to that is Punisher 99. Because if you just wind up spamming special ones, you wind up getting a lot of battery charge. And each stun not only drains a little bit of the battery, but also inflicts a nice stun on the opponent. So what you can do, you know, heavy stun into the corner, punch into him a little bit, build up to a special one again. Heavy again, stun him, throw the special, build up the battery charge a little bit, and then just, you know, lather, rinse, repeat. Makes for a good time. Nice little spam fest there. But then, you know, Mordo is also a lot of fun too, with his insane power gain. With a few of the synergies that he's gotten here in the last, I don't know, year and change. It really boosts some of his abilities too, his survivability, and then also the damage output that he can do. Bonk. And he has a whole lot of toys and tools in his toolkit. I really appreciate the special 2, which doesn't like nullify or try and remove buffs, because there's a lot of nodes and abilities that prevent buffs from being removed. But he punishes. Says like, hey, yo, you can keep those buffs. That's fine. But it's gonna hurt to have them. And with as many like buff heavy champions as they got nowadays, even though, I mean, Super Skrull isn't super good, but he's got a heck of a lot of buffs on him. And then same with Hercules too, especially when he gets almost close to KO'd and he gets that, you know, immortality. Well, just throw a Mordo special 2 and punish the heck out of him for that, and he can't do anything about that sort of direct damage. Just have yourself a good time. And Psycho Man, I've covered before in past videos as well. Psycho Man's just a lot of fun. Even though he does noodly damage, I hope that it's going to wind up getting buffed one of these months, his noodle damage. But the fact that he can just get concussions everywhere. You know, if the opponent's blocking, concussion. If the opponent is throwing a special attack, concussion. You know, if the opponent is heavy charging, concussion. And then that just covers everything, not just the ability that they're doing. It's like, if you throw a special, anything that triggers on the special attack is concussed. Or anytime you're, you know, throwing a heavy attack, it's concussed. Or if you're blocking, which I think is the most useful, if you're blocking, anything that happens while you're blocking is concussed, which is great for nodes that, you know, trigger over time. So the idea there with Psycho Man is to wind up waiting till the opponent is blocking, and then just start to wail into their block, which does two things. First of all, keeps them in the block. They're already playing a lot more defensively, because that's just the way that Psycho Man, his ability triggers. They're already playing a lot more defensively. They're a lot more inclined to be blocking, but hitting into their block prolongs said block, hitting into the block. Now, Psycho Man gets extra power for him, and then all of his special attacks are unblockable at that point, which... It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. punched in the face a couple times. It's AI manipulation. It's a speed strat right there. Definitely intended to do it. Definitely. Boink. Other than Hercules and the Hercules crystals coming out, I mean, we've got a new Summer of Pain in a couple of days. Darkhawk is going to be a thing of the past. If you guys haven't done it already, or if you guys want like a plan B option, like if you don't, if your account hasn't yet been graced by a 5 or 6 star Magneto, it's still completely doable to do with a 4 star. I got a video on the channel showing exactly how to do that. I wound up getting a one shot with my 4 star, and then explaining exactly how that breaks down, like how you manipulate the AI to not throw special attacks, what sort of like mastery setup you need, because that is the thing with the 4 star. You do need slightly specific masteries to give yourself attack boost, and then just make life a little bit easier. Because this week with Darkhawk was the first week that they had some of those bonus objectives. In this case, you needed to KO Darkhawk with a villain, with a mutant, and with a robot. So however you want to break that down, like villain robot, or a villain mutant, or a mutant robot, which doesn't exist yet, then there you go. Like if they had done it like a tagged mutant, or tagged X-Men instead of like a mutant champion, I think that it could have been interesting, because then you could have used Warlock, and Warlock would have checked off, well, 2 of the boxes at least. Never mind, I'll walk that one back. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just making it up as I go along. Just decks back from all that nonsense. Punch into Iron Fist right here. Other than that, I mean, it being Monday, how was your guys' weekend? What'd you guys do? Did you go anywhere? Did you see anything? Do any fun things such like that? For me, at this point, I will have traveled across several different states, going on a big old road trip. But speaking of road trips, I mean, one of the things on my bucket list at some point is to drive across the country. I'm based out of Los Angeles here in the U.S. of A. But I've never driven across country, and that's like one of those things where it's like, not like a rite of passage, but it's like one of those idealized things that you see in movies, you know? It's like, we're going on a road trip across the country. And all the lovable shenanigans that people get into along the way. But I mean, like, it's different. I've flown across the country. I haven't driven across the country, and seeing it from the ground, and you know, seeing the different sites and the different states and the different areas, and that just sounds like it's a fun time. I mean, granted, it's going to be a push. Like getting from one end of the country to the other is a few days travel. Like if you're going nonstop, and I don't think that is in the cards anymore. I mean, especially since, like I just said, because I actually want to enjoy it. But someday maybe. Now that travel is a thing again, knock on wood, and will be for a while again, if not just like from henceforth onward. Getting out of the country too, going to go see some of the sites would be amazing. Of course, a bunch of bucket list stuff, of course, but I think it'd be fun, right? Boink. Someday. In the meantime, though, get to enjoy this lovely Nick Fury fight. Well, oh, that's not good. That's not good. Here, you can eat that. Right, he's stun immune. Oh no. Stop it. Stop it. Man, I played that so terribly. That was such like a flying by the seat of my pants, making it up as I go along sort of thing. Oh my goodness. Boink. Yoink. You know what I need to do too, speaking or looking at Elsa right there? I need to do like a 2021 edition of like Elsa Appreciation Week. It's something I wound up doing early on in my YouTube career. Like right as she came out and she was still fairly understated. Like I still kind of think she is. Like people are putting out the good word, which is fantastic, and I'm all for that. But I still feel like she's still kind of either overlooked or undervalued. And then with all the different nonsense and shenanigans going on in game now, a year later, it's like, well, let's take another look at that, shall we? I think let's do that. I think I don't think Bishop shouldn't be metal. Like I don't know why he would be. It's not like it's 2017 Kabam where it's like, yeah, you know, we have Green Goblin, someone who has his strength and his powers from the concoction that he inhaled, which by all other means makes him a science champion. But no, because he rides on a metal hoverboard, that makes him a tech champion. Sure. Sure. Boink. Well, I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Forget if I mentioned it at the top, but if you guys are going for Jubilee round 2 or White Widow round 2, whether as a 5 or 6 star, I wish you guys the best of luck. And I hope to see you guys' names on the top leaderboards. You can do it. Roar. Doink. So intimidating. Well, I appreciate that either I avoided the magnetism or I'm not metal. One or the other. And because I got to pay a lot more attention to Bishop and his kit, I have no idea why I healed right there. But hey, that's pretty nice. People keep talking of Bishop and Bishop's buff here. And I'd love to be able to participate in the conversation. It's just that I have no idea. And I'd be like the fly or the guy sitting in the back of the room just nodding along with everybody else. Kind of feel like that's how I would be. It's like, yeah, you tell him. Yeah, that Bishop, go for it, bud. That sort of thing. I'll get around to it. I'd love to. I really would like to do like a is Bishop good style video, or is Ronan good, or is Diablo good. Just breaking down their abilities. You know, like, do they need to be awakened? Are they good? How good? What synergies do they need to be good? and optimal rotation. I've done that already with Overseer. I think that worked out pretty great. I did that with not Jabari, with the Silver Centurion, and then I've done one other as well so far, and it's fun. It's fun. Because for two reasons. First of all, at least speaking strictly for myself, it's an educational experience for me too, because I really get to go into the nitty gritty, into the weeds of like how each champion works. So I get a better feel and better appreciation for how they tick, which is super useful. But at the same time too, when I format the video, I personally think it's helpful to have a short form video, like something that's like anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes, to just hit the bullet points, just so you know off the top of your head without having to sit and watch a video for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. I personally find it more helpful. So, put it on the wish list, the bucket list. I'll get to it sometime. Boink. Boink. I should do that for a joke video sometime too. Just replace all the sound effects with comic sound effects. I'm sure it's probably already been done. I personally haven't seen any videos of it, but I'm sure it's been done. It'd be put that on the wish list too. Man, I mean, you could practically lock me away in a room with a game and a computer for like a week. And if my only instruction was to play the game and make videos, or make the videos I've already said that I would make, I would need more than that week. It'd be nice. It's not realistic, but it'd be nice. Blink. All the weapon sound effects are replaced with fish sound effects. Because why not? Because why not? It'd be fun. It'd be dumb. It'd be so unbelievably dumb. But fun. Alright, so let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. What's the dumbest video idea that you can think of for this game? I've come up with a couple. Here's a few. And if you want to search the channel to find them, they're there. When I'm doing a baseball announcer video with just narrating. It was with Ronan and Colossus, setting the whole thing up like it's a baseball game. That was fun. I did a Mortal Kombat MCoC crossover. That was a lot of fun. That was Halloween. Oh, no, that was April Fool's Day. Pretty proud of that one, to be honest. And then replacing Howard the Duck noises with Arnold noises. Because, of course, can't imagine why somebody wouldn't want to do that or hear that. Dex. Now I want some of that. Like the whole thing just screams like 10 million views on YouTube. Get featured on the front page banner. I mean, it's gold, right? No. No. So let's see. Keep rolling with the 6 stars here. I love running the 6 stars. It's a lot of fun. It definitely is a gauntlet though. Like if you're gonna wind up, running your 5s, running your 6s, whatever it winds up being, for a feature grind, it certainly is a gauntlet. Like on one hand, it's brilliant because it's just more points. But if you're gonna go for it, you got to commit. Boink. I'm gonna try this strat. I don't think it's gonna work. Nope. I mean, it still might. Nope. I needed 2 hits. Because I've gotten it before where if you hit Nick with Magneto's special 2 and heal block him as he's healing, it heal blocks him on the spot. Not the easiest strat out there, and it still is pretty high risk, but it's an option. Alright, come on, dude. Come on. Actually, by this point, too, I can't even believe I forgot about it. Black Widow is out, finally, officially, like a year and change later. Now, don't spoil it. Don't put spoilers in the comments or anything like that. Don't spoil it for the people who haven't seen it. But if you have seen it, throw it down in the comment section. Just a quick thumbs up, thumbs down. I liked it. I hated it. It was not worth the wait. It was totally worth the wait. Wherever you fall on that. I'm not sure if I will have seen it yet by this point. It's technically released already here as of me recording this right now. But I don't think I'm going to be like a day one viewer. Because I want to like sit down and want to enjoy it. It's the first MCU movie in theaters in ages. Kind of want to give it that kind of level of respect at the very least. And then sweet, just like that, all the milestones are knocked out. I'm about like 10% of the way done, but it's progress. I'll take it, dang it. Let's do that. Hashtag buff Joe fix it. Actually, you know what? Before I get started on this, take a courtesy snack break. See, now, I was debating doing a twist on the cereal stream, and instead of having cereal, just eating my dinner, which is what I got right here. Carbonara, homemade. which is pretty nummy. Not the best one I've ever made, but you know what? It still hits the spot. It's one of my favorite meals. Anywhere I go where they have a specialty in pastas, I try it just to see like if I like their take on it, or see to learn if there's something else that they do that I could do at home. Stupid auto block. Now, I would say like a good 60% of the time, it's like, well, this is technically carbonara, but it's like it's good. I enjoy it just because I enjoy the dish, but it's not like memorable. But every now and again, I am so pleasantly surprised. So if you guys got a great carbonara recipe, something either homemade that you guys came up with or like your go-to, either drop me a link someplace or on the Discord, let me know, because I am all about that. Oh, thank goodness, that would have been awful. Which means shameless plug for the Discord. You can find a link down in the description below. It's the official RobVon server. It is the go-to place for the channel here. If you got questions, comments, concerns about champions, who to rank up, who to use in specific spots, do people need to be awakened or not, it's a great place to ask. Got a friendly community there who's happy to help, as well as good and bad polls, or if you got art, memes, or fan art, I'd like to see that too. A little something for everybody. Alright, so bringing up with Spidey again right there. That's that. See what we got. Doc Ock, who recently just got 20 more SIGs on him. Not that it's a bad, like, dupe. Like, Doc Ock is still pretty good and pretty underrated, but cool, I guess. Cheers, everybody. I mean, like, I'll take it. There's that. By this point, I have played Diablo a little bit, post-buff. I like him. It's definitely a big improvement, and it's nice to have another, like, reliable poison champion in the game, besides Ibon. But at the same time, too... Well, no, at the same time, too. It's a nice addition. It's a nice addition. I'm not going to be rushing to rank 5 mine anytime soon, just because of resource availability, but I mean, that being said, yeah, I mean, dude's good. The dude is good. Like, at the same time too, like, I really haven't got a chance to play buffed Ultron from last month yet. So there's a couple of things I need to get to. Special me, dude. No. This one. Thank you. Sure, that's special. I'm not sure how much it's going to do just because bleed, but guess we'll find out, right? Oh. Uh-oh. There we go. That worked out. Do that. Do that. And keep the grind going. I'll tell you one thing though, just grinding a featured champion, whether it's like the actual featured champion or the basic champion, it's the same experience. Doesn't really matter the title. It's always good to like get up, go outside, get some fresh air, stretch your legs, do something different, put your mind to something different for a while, and then come back. Not only do I find, at least for me, speaking for me, I find myself more alert, but it also doesn't drag as much, which is a huge plus. Doink. Because sometimes it really does. Like once you're 3, 4, or 5 hours into a session, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to get up and move. So let's just claim some of the stuff here. Get the 3-star Jubilee, get the units, get the shards, get the shards, get the units, get the 4-star Jubilee. And a single Sigstone is more interesting than a 4-star version of the character, apparently. Not quite sure how that breaks down, but that's what my eyes see right there. And then Jane Thor. You guys think we're going to get a buff Jane Thor anytime soon? Or do you think it's going to be like one of those things where they introduce like MCU Jane Thor and then just leave this one as is? Like maybe give her a new synergy just because. Just like, here, take this and go away sort of thing. Or not. I don't know. I would like to see the current one we have get some more TLC. Boink. Doink. But at the same time, too, I've been burned. I've been burned too many times before. It'd be like Hawkeye in Endgame. Don't give me hope. It's like, you have just viciously murdered dozens of people. Enough people to have a reputation. But sure, yeah, dude, you can come back to the Avengers. You're a hero now. Hey, we'll just sweep that under the rug and then never talk about it again. It's like it never happened. Doink. Again, just like casually ignoring that part. It's not a crime if they're bad guys. Brought to you by MCU. Oh man, the lag. You know, I'm just gonna be preemptive about it. It's gonna happen. Let's just cut it off at the pass. A couple guys in my alliance a little bit earlier wound up getting 6-star Herculi, because of the again, like the because of the early access. So I was just checking in to see if anybody else lucked out and got them too. Boink, yoink. Do that. Do that. Is he healing? Sorta. Curious. Text that. Text that. Do that. Brilliant. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, I mean, we still have the parry bug in the game, right? But, because it made me think of it because of the incoming crash. That crash bug has been plaguing the game for months, and that still isn't fixed. That makes me very nervous. Very nervous about the parry bug. Like, I'm hoping they can get it sorted out quick. But, I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath. Not going to hold my breath. Hope springs eternal, though, right? So, let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. Little of this, little of that. Why not? Definitely going to need to stand up for a while. Another good strat for staying alert during the long grinds, especially come middle to the end of day 2 into day 3. Instead of just like, you know, sitting in front of a TV or your computer or whatever and multitasking, which is by itself a great idea. Watch a show or something while you grind. But then the other good strat is to just get up and start, you know, pacing. Get the blood pumping just a little bit. Makes you more alert and wakes you up a little bit too. All these weird things I never thought that I would learn or need to know, and yet here I am. It's like, if you want to prevent yourself from sleeping while you're playing a video game. But now we know. Now I know. I can take that with me anywhere. Text that. Should be enough to do it. Yeah. Even for blue clops, it should be enough. He's effective, after all. Just in case you guys didn't know, he is effective. Come on, dude, I just refreshed this. Really? That's so disappointing. There we go. Decided it did want to work after all. Appreciate that, game. Appreciate that. Good looking out. GG. Not the biggest fan of that Nick fight. He'd just be asking for trouble. And I don't need that. There's that. Or Moon Knight. Have you guys heard anything about the Moon Knight show in a while? Like, there's that behind the scenes video of Oscar Isaac's doing like a training montage, or like a behind the scenes fight sequence choreography prep. But that was the last I had seen or heard any of it. I think it's slated for what, next year? One more thing for the to watch list later on, right? Alrighty, here's what we're going to do now. Here's what we are going to do. Let's go open up a crystal, shall we? Open up a Grandmaster today. If you guys want to guess who's going to pop out of the crystal, throw that down in the comment section. I'm going to guess it's going to be a Phoenix. That's my guess. Doesn't matter the rarity, just the champion. I'm guessing it's a Phoenix. But as that is spinning out, I do want to take a minute and thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out here for the live stream. I know it's a little bit different, But while I'm on vacation here, it's still nice to just be able to hang out and visit for a little bit. If you would kindly like the video, subscribe to the channel. All that stuff does help the channel grow. I do very much appreciate that. And each like is one extra spot up in arenas, allegedly. Give that a quick tap, see what this is like. I'm going to be back again in the next one. And we'll be 3-star I-Hulk. And we'll keep the show on the road. But that's going to do me for today. Again, cheers, everybody. Hope you have a most excellent rest of your night. And we'll catch you in the next one. I'm robvonshoe. Till next time, everybody. Take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. And be well, all. Bye for now.